I was getting something so specific, and it went a little something like, these bitches don't stand a chance when it comes to you, right? And we're about to find out why, okay? Welcome to the channel, Lit the Alchemist. Here, back with another general reading for all 12 zodiac signs. If you are new here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I upload or go live. All right, let's jump into it. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, ARIESTheEmperor.com. All right, let's get into it. All right, these bitches don't stand a chance. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Is you get up every morning and you put your pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, when you do it, it's like the world has to stop. You know, I'm getting this super strong energy coming off of you here, and so many cards just came out, and we're gonna take all of them. See, it's this thing with you, you know what I mean? I feel like you you get people's attention. You trigger people in a way. You bring people's demons and their karma to the forefront. You know what I mean? People look at you, and I feel like you're not somebody that it shows or speaks. You know, right off the bat when you meet people. You know what I mean? You understand the flow of karma. You understand the energy, and you're somebody that you'd rather let people speak before you open up your mouth. You know what I mean? Especially if this is a new environment. And I feel like people may have taken that part of you and mistaken it for a weakness or a vulnerability of some sort here. And from there, that's how they decided they were going to treat you, just simply off of what they were observing, which they weren't really observing at all, because you can't listen too much when you're doing a lot of this. And I feel like this is, kind of what opened up the spell of bad karma for whoever this is. You know what I mean? Bad bitch coming through, bad dude coming through, however you want to call yourself. You know what I mean? The bad right here is bad karma, but that's not on you. All right, we have impersonator. Like I said, you are somebody, you may not be up there with the celebrities and in the magazines, you know what I mean, and at the Met Galas and stuff like that, but around where you from, you give off, people look at you, and they may watch your social media, you know what I mean, or they may follow you. You may have a page or a channel, or like I said, you just may be somebody that's very stylish with yours. And people are silently stealing things from you, stealing moves from you, you know what I mean? And people don't know what to expect from you, and you just kind of pop out of nowhere. And, it's always eye popping, you know what I mean? It's always jaw dropping, you know what I mean? I feel like is what you give off. And sometimes, there may be times where you feel like, damn, it's a little too quiet. Why aren't people clapping for me? Why aren't people appreciating? You know what I mean? I worked hard for this. It's because they're hating on you. You know what I mean? It's crickets, because they can't even pick their jaws from up off the ground. You know what I mean? And they don't know what to say. All they can do is obsess. And you could be an energy that has had, bad karma. Well, I don't want to say bad karma, or just bad experiences in love, because the person that's supposed to be loving and supporting you is trying to bring you down, or is trying to compete with you. You know what I mean? Or is insecure, or you're scared to shine around certain people because you might get excommunicated out of the group, out of the family. You know what I'm saying? And that creates bad karma for people who do things like that for you, whether they know it or not. Um, but like I said, yeah, you have moves in silence. You got people digging for dirt. All right, a love triangle people are trying to say you may be a part of, or you may be a home wrecker of some sort. And photo proof. Somebody is pulling out old messages, old screenshots, old phone conversations or call logs. Is the energy here that they could be using to name drop you, because guess what? The rest of these bitches out here ain't on shit. Okay? And excuse my smoke alarm, you guys. I gotta go find it. And look, The Empress is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. The mother of all mothers. Mother Earth herself. First in line to be. All right, messages for the collective spirit. All 12 signs. All right. Messages for the collective. The sun. What I say? You shining too bright. You going too hard. Ooh, whoa. Sorry. I don't have any tissue over here. It is so cold in this room. I have no socks on and the heat is on, but this room is a little extra cold. All right, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Sagittarius energy. Oh yeah, you know, somebody is going backwards and back. They wish they could go back physically, but all they can do is go back mentally. All they can do is go back spiritually, you know, and all they can do is just go back to the moment. Maybe you said certain things at one point. All of these things are adding up and all of these things are making sense and all of these things may be coming to the light in some way, shape, or form. If you are trying to be painted out as a guilty party, this is an innocence being brought on your name or to attention to others. Your light on the way that you're being seen. Maybe it was a lot different growing up or a few years ago, but now it's growing into something, you know, that now you've gotten a hold of everything when it comes down to your chakras, you know what I mean? And when it comes, you know, and to these curveballs and this bad karma, you know, and these obsessive energies and these copycats, and these toxic, I don't want to know what to call it here, third parties, you know what I mean? And people just wanting to find unnecessary dirt on you, you know, is one thing about it. They can't take you. They can't handle you. They ain't got nothing on you. The sun speaks for itself. They might as well go ahead and walk away. And I'm getting the energy a lot of people are. Knight of Swords. You don't look like you're slowing down anytime soon. I don't care how fast or how hot and heavy somebody feels like they coming in. They still coming in with little girl, little boy energy. It's not enough. Yeah, 10 of Swords. It's not enough. Somebody's going to burn out, you know what I mean, trying to mess with your destiny. No, like I said, you want to come play with somebody that's not to be played with, then you do that. You know what I'm saying here? But whoever this is, you could be a Sagittarius. You could be a Gemini. You could be a Pisces. You could be a Leo, all right? Or this could be somebody that you're dealing with. Just take it how it resonates. They could have these signs, or you don't have to have these signs, you know. This is energy as well. But oh, this is somebody, yeah, you messing with the wrong person. You messing with the wrong destiny. You messing with the wrong person's assignment. 9 of Swords. Now somebody must pay. Yeah, you. Come over here. I got something. I was finna give you something, but now Spirit is coming to take it away. You know what? Because the collective here is a star. I can't show the star because she's naked, but the star is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. And this is Taurus, Scorpio energy. You know, these are people in their dark side. You know, the lower octave of the lower vibrations of Scorpio here, the creepers, You know, the ones that are don't want you to know that they're watching you, or they're keeping up with you and keeping tabs on you, because they tried to compete with you. You know, they tried to take you out. They tried to mess with your outcome, your retirement, your life savings, you know, your good night's rest, your dreams, you know, your peace, with this temperance energy, Sagittarius. And there are prices to pay, you know, when you, like I said, decide to try and take from somebody who does nothing but literally give. You are somebody that's not to be messed with. I don't know what's wrong with these people out here. Two of Cups. What is wrong with these people out here? Cancer energy. Yeah, King of Swords. You know what I mean? It's you got into a space, you know you talked about, and people are seeing that whatever ways that they had with you, um, Eight of Swords, they're scared. They wouldn't dare try those tactics or play those games with you now. The Moon. There are people that won't even look you in the eyes, can't even approach you. There are people that can't even look themselves in the eyes and in the mirror because of you. The Hanged Man can't even face themselves. King of Pentacles. And they can't get through to you either. You're somewhere busy getting to the money and leveling up as far as your intuition. Five of Cups, Three of Swords. Gemini, Scorpio energy. The Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. The King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy. So this is an energy somebody expects you to be sensitive to them. But instead, I guess somebody is expecting you to be emotionally sensitive. And I mean, you are sensitive to a certain degree, and emotional as well, but it's not something that you letting get the best of your mind. You know what I mean? Here, it's definitely something. Like I said, here you have the Magician out here, so you definitely were able to, put two and two together, collect what it is that you had to continue to carry on, because you got the Magician and the Star card here. So this is like an underdog type of story. This is Knight of Cups, you doing the opposite of what everybody expects you to do, and it working in your favor because you are favored. You know what I mean? Here we got the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords. You know what I mean? Somebody is mad because they fumbled you. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled a spot to share a spotlight with you. Whatever you do, you know what I mean, is now it's being connected to greatness. If you've already been great, so regardless, it's really revealing and bringing the snakes out of the grass. And I feel like you've already dealt with the lowest of the lowest vibrations. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of page energy coming out when it comes to these individuals here, and they're not fucking with you. Bottom line, there's no way around it. There's no other way to put it, and their feelings are severely hurt because of it. The Knight of Cups is Scorpio energy, and like I said Scorpio in the lower vibration, and that's exactly what came out in reverse. Somebody knows they not the star. Somebody brags about the light, but they scared to even really step in it. There's got to be a certain shadow to their light, and that's not real light. That's not chosen energy. You don't get to pick what type of light it is. Either you gonna step in it or you not. And you not scary by a long shot. The Magician is spark me. You know what I mean? Beam me up, Scotty. is what the magician energy is. Mars rule, so it's action oriented, and because of that, when somebody is feeling like they're catching up to speed with you, you know, you're on some road runner type shit, and you out of there on to the next event, you know what I mean, the next station, the next round, the next adventure, you know, the next opportunity, business, vacation, money grab, relationship, partnership. You gone. You know what I mean? You're not the one. And they mad because they can't be the two. All right, because they pushed out. They shut out. They could be blocked. And the person doing all the blocking is upset because now you are blocking them. There's that Scorpio energy again. And you see how every time it comes out now, it's getting a little bit more intense. This is somebody who you got so angry that they are on the level of wishing you harm, physical harm, or they are definitely sending spiritual warfare of some way. This is witch energy. Dark. Black magic. But in a page's body. It's weak. It's weak. This could be a Capricorn, a Scorpio that's it's angry. 8 of Cups. It's like, wow. I mean, they didn't have enough. They wasn't doing enough. I mean, it gets an energy where people were giving little or maybe next to none with the Moon and the Page of Swords and waiting to see what you were going to give. And now, you know, even in that fact, it seems like somebody is having to pay here. We got the Queen of Swords, and you're nowhere around here. You're not to be fucked with. You're watching everything go down. High Priestess with not a sound. Yeah. If you don't see it, word will get back to you. You feel it. You know what I mean? With the 5 of Pentacles, like people are losing out here, and it is on behalf of you or something very spiritual protecting you. Because like I said, this devil energy and this death card, Scorpio energy, somebody threw this out to cast this out at you. To make you a slave of some sort, a sex slave. This is someone who may be saying vulgar things about you sexually. This could be just somebody that's mad because they can't be with you sexually anymore. They can't have their way with you anymore. They can't be toxic, negatively connected to you anymore. There's a silence between you and someone, and it is so loud and it is so disturbing. If somebody could just plead their case, they definitely would. But they're still negative. They still haven't learned anything. They're just mad because they lost, or because they're losing, because they're cut. Their sneaky ways. You cut their sneaky ties. They have nothing that you want. Their success is not something that you measure your life around or to. Around or by. Let me say that. We have the Queen of Wands. It came out in reverse here. So this could be someone, like I said, the Queen of Wands is Aries energy. It came out in reverse. So this could be an angry Aries, or this could be somebody who pretends to be a social butterfly, but in real life, they're a bitch behind the scenes. And I'm not talking about the kind that people admire. This person right here is a real nutcase. We got the 4 of Swords here, and is just angry that, like I said, for some reason, we got the Queen of Swords here. You know how to distance your mental, and not only your physical, but your mental. You know, you're going to keep your guard and protect it. And what's protecting you is going to make sure it stays protected this go round with this 10 of Swords energy. You know, they've already tried that with you. Ace of Wands. Yeah. 2 of Swords. People really don't be. Somebody is giving an energy of you thought somebody was malicious before. Oh, they're really getting to see you. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody who has found their purpose. Not only found their purpose, like this is fast growth for someone here. This is, you were a total different person 6 months ago. You know what I mean? You could have just been in the beginning stages of, just resetting your life, resetting yourself, taking your spirituality a little bit more serious, or switching career fields, or, just tapping into different dreams or creative sides of yourself, and finally, getting to it with this Nine of Pentacles. This is self-love. This is gratitude. Like I said, this is energy of royalty. And it's one of, you creating, like I said, your own garden, and your own fruit. And from what people are seeing, it is not only fruitful, but it is something worth every morsel, every penny, every ounce of time and energy. You know what I mean here? You are, wow. Whoever I'm speaking to, you have people, like I said, some people get it. They understand why you are, who you are, why you are being blessed the way that you are, why you are being envied the way you are, and people are obsessing and impersonating you and sending bad karma in your direction. You know what I mean? And just trying to tie negative things to you, trying to get back with you, or around you, trying to end you, trying to plead their case, and not, and not even having a way to, because they're blocked. Like I said, because, people are upset that they can't block you. But at the same time, they're still watching you not watch them, because you too busy over here. Another wish fulfillment, another one in the books, another seat for you to get comfortable in, another walk of life for you to, like I said, experience, be a part of. Justice. And it's all your right. It's your rightful gain. You have people, I feel, behind your back, fighting behind the scenes. This could be people now who are, I feel, an energy of trying to recalibrate their minds, and looking at their lives to kind of, if not see if they could create some type of Ten of Pentacles situation, and be looked at and seen in such a light as you are, or if they can be a part of what you have going on, fight a way in. But all you see is confusion and chaos when you look at this. You know what I mean? And if anything, the people who have already been putting in the work with you will be the ones who will be celebrating with you here. This is Cancer energy with this Three of Cups coming out as well. And this is something that people have watered around you, and this is the result of it. So this right here, you can see very clearly who's in this energy and who is not. And guess what? This gonna be the people that's saying you think you are that. And clearly, yes, you are, and they not fucking with you on your worst day. Let me just tell you that. I know we went a little over today, but that was a mouthful, and I needed to get that read out. So hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.